Alright, what's up you guys? So Alex Golish's comments on Next Round Live, given basically Byrum Brown's 8-day performance, kind of is a way of defense and everything to the various things that people have strung together, you know, everything kind of peace, you know, and everything, into this way of disguise, these cloaks that they placed on Byrum Brown to wear, to just kind of map out that this is who Byrum Brown is, given his throwing motion, given that he's played for USF in the American Athletic Conference, that he's now playing in this tough division in the SEC or conference in the SEC, and that he now plays for Auburn, a team that has had no success, you know, and everything. And given that, you know, and everything, in this, they have created these array of images for him and what they see and what he can be. But the thing is, in what I see and everything, is basically what the ears don't hear, and is what the eyes can't see. And deep down is what I'm trying to go about, as much as people would make me a tinfoil hat wearer or whatever. In this kind of journey I'm trying to take you through, this link to the past, you know, this interstellar I'm trying to take you through in this kind of video here, is possibility. That's basically what this is, guys. This is possibility that I'm trying to map in what Byrum Brown can be, and basically in how this can convey where people can relate. It's simply these three names, and that being basically Fernando Mendoza, and then basically Anthony Richardson, and then Cam Newton. And this conveys to an overarching narrative that I will piece together. And if you guys can understand it, you know, just war ego in the comments. If not, hey, I'm an idiot, you know, whatever. But basically, the thing is, the first one is Fernando Mendoza. He's the first overall draft pick in the NFL this season, and he's in a long line of quarterbacks, if I can name them, from 2016, from Jared Goff, Mitchell Trubisky, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Kenny Pickett, Bryce Young, then Caleb Williams, then Kim Ward, and obviously Mendoza. These are a long line of quarterbacks that's been selected, top, you know, drafted and everything, and shown themselves to be a high quality draft pick, you know, everything in itself, which I will get into explaining later, and how it leads to then the next point, being that it is Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson in that was picked as a high overall draft pick, being picked 4 by the Indianapolis Colts. But what was with Anthony Richardson and what he possessed? You know, everything, the physical freak of nature. You know, he started for Florida, only went 6-6. I mean, he had 13 starts overall, but possessed basically something that the NFL can look to. You know, everything, that he had a high ceiling, something capable, something that can just break through this car right now. And as far as what he could do or possibly do in his run, you know, everything. Which then leads to then Cam Newton and stuff, and how that then culminates to then the physical freak of nature that Anthony Richardson was, if it was to then be led, or it then was to be pushed. That is Cam Newton, you know, everything. Physical freak of nature and everything, just strong arm, just physicals, you know, to the creme de la creme and everything, and how it can culminate and everything and stuff like that, from his time at Auburn to his time in the NFL with the Carolina Panthers, and what he was. And all in what this is symbolizing, and all these three guys are mapping out to kind of push to Byrum Brown, is mind, body, and soul. That's all it is. Mind being Fernando Mendoza. He had the mindset more than the physicals, you know, everything. Anthony Richardson, he had the physicals, right, and everything and stuff like that. And Cam Newton, he had the soul. As much as he had the mind, as much as he had the body, you know, everything, he really comprises the soul, because that's in what is in Auburn right now. That's what they've been trying to have live through us, and live through basically the promise with these transfer quarterbacks in the NIL, and the kind of just, hey, we're getting a transfer quarterback because, hey, Cam Newton, we had him, so we're just going to basically keep remodeling the same thing. He's more the soul to this, you know, that drives Auburn right now and everything. And basically with it, all three of these, from mind, body to soul, from Fernando Mendoza to Anthony Richardson to Cam Newton, all can have success. And that's what basically you can possibly see with Byrum Brown, because he matches Anthony Richardson. Maybe not as exactly close or clone to Anthony Richardson, but he's close. He close, and he's there. He's about there, you know, everything and stuff like that. And Fernando Mendoza, you know, everything, given how he was able to make for himself, you know, what he did from leaving Cal and then going to Indiana, being basically counted out, outcast, oh, they ain't gonna win nothing. And look what he did in winning the Heisman in that run. And then look at Cam Newton. As I already noted to you about him, right then, just recent, won a Heisman, won a national championship, really gave Auburn kind of the identity in what it's trying to do today through Byrum Brown. And Byrum Brown has all of those capabilities with him. And right now, given his season, I'm telling you this now, as much as you could think I'm a tinfoil hat wearer, I'm delusional. But I'm a fan, I'm passionate, and I also love college football. The thing with Byrum Brown is this, given his stats, right? Because he reminds me more of Dak Prescott than Cam Newton, basically, which is not bad, and Josh Allen when he was at Wyoming and stuff like that, given, number 17 and all that, just look almost the same, but, further from my point. But the thing is where Byrum Brown is right now and everything and stuff like that. Given the teams that they're going to play, Alabama, Georgia, right, and everything, LSU and all that, given the quarterbacks he may face with Arch Manning, everything, with basically Dante Moore and everything, Sam Leviett, or how you pronounce his name from LSU and everything, these quarterbacks don't possess basically some of the things I noted, especially in the potential in all three, everything that Byrum Brown can potentially possess and everything, but they possess some of them. But the thing is, like I said, Byrum Brown has the possibility to possess all of them and then put it out on the field. And this is where it's leading to this point with what I'm trying to make overall, that obviously mind, body, and soul, but with Auburn right now as a team. If they win 5 to 6 games, this is dead. You could throw this in the trash and, oh, this dude's an idiot. I'm not watching this content. But if Auburn wins 7 to 8 games, he's a 3rd rounder in the NFL draft. Most likely he's going to have those exact same moments that we was looking at with Anthony Richardson, because we was looking at that with Boise State when he was at USF and what he was doing and against Memphis and all games who they beat, everything. He's easily more in the Heisman discussions. He's going to be there and everything, and he could possibly still be a 3rd to 2nd rounder. But if Auburn wins 10 to 12 games, I am telling you guys this now. This is not sunshine pumping. It's just the thought, right? The possibility, as I noted at the start of all this, that if Auburn wins 10 to 12 games, he's a Heisman easily. They did it with Jaden Daniels. I don't see how they wouldn't do it for Byrum Brown. Most likely they're 10 and 12 wins. They're beating Georgia. They're beating Alabama. Everything. He's going to have all these various moments, as much as it is a team effort, and he's not the savior to this, and everything. Obviously, the quarterback is the most important position. He's more the driver to all this. He's distributing like a point guard in basketball. But he's going to be a Heisman. Auburn's going to most likely make the playoffs, and with that, he's a top draft pick. But again, as much as it is the images you're conveying with all the things that can be just little nooks and crannies as far as concern in your heart and your mind about Byrum Brown, it's here. That's what it is for a lot of us inside, and this is an overarching narrative with it being that this is a sport, as much as it is the physical, as much as it is here, it's the soul as well, guys, everything. So with that being said, and everything, like, comment, subscribe, God blessings, and War Eagle.
That was a practice and a scrimmage.
Right.
Critically important, but a practice and a scrimmage against the defense that has seen everything you've done for 15 days, and not just seen everything you've done, knowing that it was going to be as elementary as it possibly. Like the pick Jared Smith had won, give him credit. That was incredible on a screen. He's seen that screen no short of 30 times. He's seen that offensive tackle block down, slip him. He knew exactly what was coming.
Defense always has the advantage of the game.
Listen, in every imaginable way. And to be honest with you, in a huge way, I had Dirk keep the defense relatively simple to allow those guys to go play fast. So in the same breath, like, I want those guys to just let it loose, don't think, just go play fast. Regardless of the day Byrum would have had, I would have told you, thank God we've got a summer and a fall camp.
Right.
Because regardless of him individually, there's a team around him too that needs every single rep we can get. It wasn't his best day. And you know what, like, for him, he's played so much football, and people say, man, like in the American Conference, like that dude's been at Bryant-Denny. That dude's been in the swamp.
Yep.
That
Miami.
He's been in Miami, and he's had highs of highs. He's had lows of lows, and I think that's part of growth. That's part of having a guy that's a fifth-year guy, that he's the mental side of it, and the environment is not going to get him. So it's going to have to be somebody on the other side of the ball that's going to get him. And so that was big for him. Like I even asked him, I said, man, like, for you, like, kind of humbling? He's like, humbling? No. He's like, I should have dirted the screen, and the one over the middle, like, he's like, if it was a game, I would have never thrown it. I'm like, good.